Wrestling Guy. With your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, Jgold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
There I am, standing on the stairs with chili all over my tits and getting second-degree burns all over my body, my hands. And that's how I started the last hour before we started podcasting. So
it's a real kick in the nuts, like everything else.
This week has just been super fucking shitty, and it's only Tuesday. So
yep, kicks in the nuts repeately.
You started telling that story about chili on your tit, and I'm like, I think I've seen that movie, and then it went in a completely different direction.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Well, you know, yeah, just kicking the nuts after kicking the nuts. But we're here, we're recording. We have a wonderful show we watched together, the three of us, and yeah, we'll go over that nonsense.
We're becoming the masters of the pivot. Because I said last week I wasn't going to say it, but then I fucking said it and jinxed it.
Pivot.
We were supposed to have a nice guest on. This is not an interview with Marcus Mathers. That did not happen this week. And instead, we're reviewing a GCW show from Detroit. So
correct. The one that just happened. So we're relevant.
You can thank how much fun this episode's going to be to one young Marcus Mathers.
Well, shit. Anyway, right. So this weekend, Sunday, I was at the Lynbrook, New York, at the Knights of Columbus for Creative Pros Big Bang, and I had to say, I don't know if this is endemic to all indie wrestling right now, because I've seen a lot of it happen in the Midwest, but the house was light. I have never seen Lynbrook so light for a Creative Pro show. There were like only four rows on each side, and then on the camera side there was only two, and that's a first. I have not seen it like that. Chris Statlander was there. She did commentary. She could not wrestle. I think she's selling an injury to Willow from television.
Yeah, she took those tacks to the vagina.
That's right. She did this right.
Career ender right there, baby.
Well, she was sitting just fine from my view, so thank goodness she's okay. Thank goodness the tacks did not leave permanent damage to the seat area, so to speak. And then I will say the show Creative Pro shows are really good. They always put on some like really entertaining wrestling. CPA sang a Creed song to the ring. That's been his new MO as he comes out. He sings "Can You Take Me Higher," and it's really good. And let's think, who else was on this card that was worth? Oh, so my new favorite women's wrestler, and I'm behind. So if everybody gets on me, it's like, oh, you never saw her. Megan Bayne is my absolute new favorite women's wrestler, and I was sitting next to our pal Bagelmonger from ETU with his daughter and my daughter, and we were watching Megan Bayne in a 6-man with Adrenaline Express versus the Iron Savages and the Nomi, and her and the Nomi literally beat the piss out of each other in that match. I have not seen women throw harder, do more moves. And Andrew even said to me, he said, if you watch these two go, there's something different about them than a lot of the women on the indies. They throw punches and they throw each other. They throw suplexes, they power bombs. There's a lot of spots that they run that are amazing. At one point, Megan Bayne power bombs Nomi on her head and neck. It was gross. Butters, if I find it on YouTube or Twitch, I got to show it to you. It was great. Megan Bayne beat the shit out of all the dudes in the ring. She beat up Bronson for a good 6 minutes. And then on the outside, Bear was going, oh, I'm so jealous right now. It was great. She is a force. She's a presence. I can't believe I have slept on Megan Bayne for so long, and I am all in. Her versus Nomi, I'd like to see them run it back 7 times. They beat the brakes off each other. It was great. So I highly recommend when it comes out on demand, Twitch, or I think YouTube, whatever they do, check out Creative Pros Big Bang there. They do such a good job there. Bobby Orlando wrestled in a gauntlet match against Leo Sparrow, MGK, and Aaron, what the hell's his name? Aaron Rourke. He's going to be on the ETU show against Joey Janela, I believe. but we'll talk about that later. But Aaron Rourke is their champ. Bobby Orlando's really come a long way. He looks great. He had a great. That was a fun gauntlet match, and they give you your money's worth. There was, I think there was 9 matches on the card, so highly recommend anybody who wants to check that one out. They have another show coming, by the way, Sunday the 6th at a high school softball field, and Mets reliever Turk Wendell is one of the sponsors, and he's going to be at the field. So.
How much is Cap paying you to talk about this, Jgold?
Listen, it's my home promotion here. I don't get a lot of good home promotions. I have ETU, I have Creative Pro, and then some other remarkable wrestling out east, Long Island. But I don't get
your
a chance
favorite
to watch
Shadow
them.
Wrestling.
And Shadow Wrestling Alliance, who shout out to Shadow. They follow me now on Twitter. Hey,
yes. Yes.
Yep.
Jgold's going to become the commissioner of Shadow Wrestling Alliance. I can't wait for it.
I do not ask for an envelope, guys. I just want to be there. So if you want to let me become a figurehead or something, I'll promote the hell out of it. I would like to see you guys succeed in the East Coast, not just in Puerto Rico. I'd love for you to succeed here.
Maybe in Norway. We'll take you to Norway with us.
Yeah, I'll be Ninja Max manager. Why not? We'll check it out. But yeah,
Megan Bayne. So Megan Bayne, I saw like a long time ago on Beyond, before she did her excursion over to what the hell is it over in Japan? Yeah.
She didn't do Noah, did she?
No, I keep wanting to say Shimmer, but it's not Shimmer. It's fucking what's the
Marigold?
Stardom. Oh,
Stardom.
No, Marigold wasn't even around when she was over there.
Oh, okay.
So Stardom. She was in Stardom for quite a while. And then like the rumor was she was signed by AEW and she was just getting seasoning in Stardom and she was going to head to AEW. So I don't know how long she's going to be on the indies, because like that rumor is still definitely there that she's probably signed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's always been really great. I don't like the hair change. That's I don't like her current hair, but she's still really good. I mean, it didn't take away from her talent. Obviously, it's just a preference thing.
But I didn't notice it, and then when Andrew pointed it out, he's right. A lot of the women on the indies are not as physical. I mean, Jocelyn's super physical. Katie Arquette's super physical, but Megan Bayne and Nomi were beating each other up on a different level. Nomi looked like she went through like 15 rounds with Muhammad Ali at the end. Like she just was exhausted and just worn out. And Megan Bayne at the end was so fed up with Adrenaline Express. They're on their knees on the outside of the ring, and she just stares at them and then just gives them both a double clothesline to the floor and just walks out. Like she has such a presence. She's bigger than everyone else. She's going to be a star. If somebody can do it the right way with her, she's going to be a star. And I think you guys are lucky you get to see her at J-Lit this weekend, which we'll talk about also. But yeah, goddamn, Megan Bayne and Jocelyn, those two are just going to throw bombs on each other the whole time. That's a great matchup. Oh, can I say Mazel Tov to our pal, Big Sam Hardway Holloway. He got married last weekend.
Yeah.
Good for him. Congratulations, brother. And then he's got a whole week of wrestling this week. So there's a lot for that guy to do.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. He's going to be tired by the time J-Lit comes around.
Yeah.
Married less than a week and he can already try and get out of the house.
JHawk, we know what that's like. That's the key right there. That's why I'm in my basement.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah.
JHawk goes for them long walks. Just
no, there's no reason. No. I'm not gonna let you go down that path.
I'm not going down that path. I'm just saying he just goes for long walks. Like he's like, oh, I got to go to the dollar store. It's like a mile away walk. He's like, I'm just gonna walk there. It's gonna take my time.
No, dude. In all seriousness, like we live basically like right outside the local school here.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk to the freaking track, just walk around the track when I get pissed off, which happens a lot on fucking Sundays. There's a goddamn football team that's claimed they have a fucking football team.
I forgot all about this. Here we go,
dude. Fantasy football right now. Okay, I'm in 4 leagues. I lost all 4 this last week. I am 1-2, 1-2, 0-3, 0-3. And I have good people. Fucking Tyreek Hill gives me nothing.
Well, he has everybody to get him the
fucking
ball.
Get himself hurt. I fucking give up. Fucking Christian McCaffrey fucking hurt for 6 weeks. Yep. All these guys I fucking spent money on, made sure to fucking pick first, all fucking hurt. I got nothing. I got fucking nothing.
I'm in first place in the IW Guide one for the first time ever because I didn't draft Najee Harris.
I can't fucking believe it, dude. I can't.
First place.
The only
Learned
thing
my
I got
lesson.
lucky with in that is I picked up Aaron Jones on the Vikings, and he's been fucking killing it. That's my
Wait, you
that's the
picked him
only
up? He was out there?
No, like when we did our draft,
okay.
like I got him in like 2 leagues, and he's been killing it. He's the only one that's like exceeded what he was supposed to. Like I had like Dak and Baker in one, and I was like, Dak did nothing the first 2 weeks, and Baker killed it. So I swapped them out this week. Of course, Baker does nothing, and Dak fucking kills it. So I can't win. I can't win.
Yep. It is this year has been one of the more cruel seasons of fantasy football. I would have to say
it's miserable. I fucking hate it.
I'm going to the Jet game on Sunday. I'm fine. I'm going to a first game. I haven't gone to a football game in like 10 years, and I'm going to go to the Jet game on Sunday.
It's just adding to my week of misery.
It's only Tuesday. Put on NXT. That'll make you happy.
No, as much as I love Ethan Page.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Dude, I'm in 3 leagues. Somehow I'm 2-1 in the IW Guide League. And I have no idea why, but my roster fucking sucks in that league.
You auto-drafted like a dumbass.
Wait, you auto-drafted in our league?
When we had the draft for the IW Guide League,
yeah,
I was drafting in my in-person league. I couldn't do both at the same time. So I had to auto-draft that one.
Okay.
Now, how I'm 2-1, I have no idea. I'm 3-0 in that league, and I'm 2-0-1 in my third league. I had fucking tied this week.
In my one league, I had the highest points in a loss with 126 points. Like some of my guys aren't putting up like bad games. These other people are just having games where they go off and get 196 points against like when they should have only had 116. Like,
yeah, there's some really high scoring things going on in fantasy this year.
People putting up 40, 50 points like out of nowhere. Like I had a game come down to I lost by 0.2 something last night in the only game I was supposed to win.
Wait, but week one, didn't Fairborn win it or one of those guys had like 40 points as a kicker in week one. So,
my defense had like 40 fucking points. Yeah,
it's hard.
I mean, it's a mess.
Yeah,
it's a mess. Like when your defense and your kicker has more points than your quarterback, it's a rough fucking week, brother.
Well,
but yeah, enough about football. This is IW Guide. I'm Butters.
JHawk.
That's JHawk there. There's Stephanie here.
Listen, I can't get rid of it. She uses it for business.
I know. I'm just busting your balls. Gosh.
I'm trying.
God.
Anyway.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach, Chris, Andrew, and Brock. Special shout out to Patty.
What's up, Patty?
She's been messaging me too about my bad week. She'll probably be messaging me once she hears that I burned my fingers, and she'll be checking my fingers out on the show on Saturday, I'm sure.
She is a medical professional. She
is.
Yep.
And because she messaged me asking me already, yes, Pat, I will be at J-Lit.
JHawk at J-Lit. Yeah.
I bought a GA set of tickets, and I was just going to be fine with that. And then like I was talking to JHawk, and he's like, "Oh, probably not going to go." And I'm like, "No, motherfucker, you're going. Josh isn't going to be there. Yeah. I need you there because we're supposed to do something in between shows, and I need you there for that." So I was like, "I'll give you my GA tickets," and I upgraded myself to some ringside. So
nice.
Because they were still available. Yeah. I haven't done ringside in quite a while, so I was like, all right, why not? Fuck it.
You know what? There's something to be said about it. I love a good tournament. Sit in the front, do your thing. For J-Lit is a cool experience. You might as well. This
J-Lit card reminds me a lot of like an early ROH card, like the way the talent is on it. And shout out to Will, because we had this discussion about like, AIW gets talked about as being like a lot of as like an ECW like successor in some ways. But honestly, with the talent that's on this card, like I feel like this is more of an ROH era of AIW. Like the talent there is like just really solid in the ring. There's some high flyers. There's a lot of like really interesting matchups that can come out of this. So I'm really excited for J-Lit this weekend.
Which match do you think is going to be? Which one do you think is going to steal it as far as the tournament matches? Which first round matchup?
Mikey and Slim J is going to steal the show, I think. Slim J is like, a Southern high flyer. Mikey is a high flyer. I think they're going to just fucking go crazy with it. I think Trey Lamar and Titus Alexander is going to be fucking insane because they're both super good.
Yep. What about which night? Which show is the Amazing Red M Dog match? Is that?
I think that's on. That's the show 2. Yeah, show
Dude,
2 stacked with like
shit.
a lot of
my girl Megan Bayne and my girl Jocelyn going out. I don't even know who I want to win that one, but yeah, Janela's on there. That's a very cool, man. I wish I was able to do that this time around. Going to 2 shows is so much fun, and especially a tournament. The last tournament I went to was the J Cup, the Jersey J Cup. I went the last 2 years, and just getting a chance to like leave the venue, go have lunch, come back. It's fun. You have a whole day there. You don't have to like go anywhere important. You just book the whole day. It's great. I envy you guys for getting a chance to go to that.
Yeah, and it'll be nice because we're gonna have like the cookout going on in the parking lot because it's in Akron, so we can have the tailgate going. So there'll be all kinds of stuff, goodies. I'm sure there'll be some different types of food. I got to find out what I'm supposed to bring just to make sure I bring something.
This weekend, while you guys are enjoying J-Lit, it is the school's Pride Week where we all do a big parade in town, and everybody marches in with these floats for their school because there are 5 elementary schools, and they all march in the street. And while you guys are enjoying wrestling, I will be marching with with an elementary school.
Big Old's going to be marching in the street.
Yep. Lucky me. So anyway.
So yeah, but I also want to give a shout out to Will because like I told you guys off air, Will from Gorilla Press Clothing, really him and I have like really hit it off. And like when I'm having like my down moments, like he'll hit me up and just be like, just gives me a pep talk that like convinces me to not be so down on things. And he gave me some really great ideas and recommended some stuff and like gave me a different viewpoint to look at certain things because I was looking at, honestly, I'll be honest with everybody, like I was ready to hang it up once and for all and be done with this podcast. He convinced me to stick around. He convinced me to do some certain things, and I think it renewed my interest in certain things. So like we sponsored the next Neo Pro show in October. Obviously we sponsored ETU this week on Thursday and AIW J-Lit. Mm-hmm. So we sponsored 3 shows, obviously 2 this week. And then, October 25th will be the next Neo Pro show, that we sponsored. So lots of sponsorships and just kind of getting back out there and kind of trying to build up the fan base again, I think is, my goal now. So
sure. Well,
so shout out to Will. Thank you for that. You've been great. I'm always happy to reciprocate. And, anytime you have ideas for shirts and stuff, you always tell me, what do you think about this? And I enjoy giving you a breakdown of my thoughts on it. And, so I appreciate it. Hopefully things keep going good with you. And let's get into what's on this weekend, and then we can get this review going.
What's on this weekend?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start first. Just because this main event intrigues me. Sunday night, September 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern, House of Glory presents Believe in the Glory 2024. House of Glory Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. Gringo Loco defending against Fuego del Sol. The House of Glory Tag Team Champions, Cold Blooded Killers, defending against Miracle Generation. The Crown Jewel title is on the line. Gilla Fatu against Idris Jackson. And the main event, Joey Janela against Joe Hendry in the first time ever matchup.
That's here. House of Glory's New York, isn't it? What does it say?
Yeah.
Does it say where it is?
The NYC Arena.
Oh, that's out by me. Holy shit. You know what? I may take a run out there. Okay.
Gonna get done marching in the streets, and then he's gonna go believe in Joe Hendry.
Wait, that's Saturday or Sunday?
That's Sunday at 6.
All right, if I'm supposed to be home from the Jet game by then, so who knows? Maybe I will take a run out there. All right, well then I have our big this week. You'll be listening to it on Thursday. So Thursday night, if you're listening.
Tonight.
Yep, tonight, Thursday night, ETU presents Marcus Mathers, All I Want 3. And Marcus, all I want was an interview. Okay, let's talk about it. So the one of the first matches on here, the Fuck Your Life Scramble. Brandon Kirk versus 5 unnamed opponents. Matt Tremont versus Mark Angel. Kylie Ray versus a mystery opponent. Now, Kylie Ray was supposed to wrestle Casey Catal. but she pulled out, so they're going to make do, as ETU always does. Speedball, Mike Bailey versus Robbie Eagles. That's TNA Impact versus New Japan, baby. Here's the big one. Marcus Mathers versus the Beast Mortos. And I know that our man Struggles is super pumped about that. I know that Bagel Monger's going to be in his car going to the airport to pick up all this talent. Another good one, Aaron Rourke versus Joey Janela. That's a first-time one. I have not seen that. I don't know if they did it up at Wrestling Open. But Aaron Rourke is up and coming. He's a Creative Pro guy. He's their champ. I love Aaron Rourke.
You didn't mention our boy.
What'd you say?
You haven't mentioned our boy yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, not yet. Hold on. The IWTV Independent Wrestling Tag Team Championship, Fresh Air versus Killionaires Club, our boy PB, versus Miracle Generation. Fresh Air is the champs right now, as everybody knows. And then the main event of the evening, the IWTV Independent Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, Cruel, versus our boy, Big Sam Holloway. I hope everybody watches. I hope you root on Big Sam, because this is a big fucking opportunity. And Jerry, if you're listening, you might not be, because you might not be. Give the belt to Big Sam. Let him fucking run with it all through the indies. He's even more agile than Cruel. He's got a better personality. I love Big Sam. I think he deserves the belt. So if you care, give him the belt. But that's a really fun card. I wish I could go. It's at the H2O Arena. That's a tall order for me to get out there. But next one I'll be going to. But yeah,
strap up hard way is the hashtag, by the way. Yep. Strap up hard way.
Hashtag strap up hard way. So. Wow, that sounds like a lot of things. I don't know.
That's why it is what it is.
But yeah, if you check that out Thursday night on IWTV, check it out. Our guys work really hard. Struggs and Bagelmonger and Lewis. They really do put on a fun show. They put all their energy into it. Supposedly they got all new turnbuckle pads and aprons and all sorts of stuff. They're constantly upgrading the product. So check it out. It's like an East Coast home promotion for me, and I really hope they do well. So check it out on Thursday. I know Butters tried to get there. Just the logistics of it all didn't work itself out, but we'll be rooting for him from afar. So, yep, that's what I got for this week.
I will say this. All I want, abbreviated, is AIW. Just know that. That's why you want to strap up Big Sam.
That's right. Strap up Ohio.
That's like a seatbelt ad.
Or something else, but... But we'll go with the seatbelt ad. Anyway, what's on? What are we doing? What's the review?
What you just talked about? What's on, brother?
Oh, right. What's the review? Right. Pew pew.
Doing a review.
Game Changer Wrestling presents Bad One from Harpo Theater, Detroit, Michigan. Aired live on Triller TV on September 14, 2024. Dave Pragak and Email J are your commentary team. Pragak, welcome.
He is. He was great. I have no issues. He's the bright spot. And actually, when MLJ does commentary, when he doesn't get ahead of himself and get too loud and excited, I like him very much on commentary.
I could take him or leave him.
Okay.
Yeah, but we open with the match that would main event a lot of independent shows. Alec Pike against the Red.
Yeah, two guys I like. I like them.
I will say about the show, every match was roughly 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. I think the main event was a little bit longer, was closer to 20, but everything else was about 10 minutes. So, I mean, nothing really went over too terribly long. So,
yeah, it didn't overstay its each match didn't overstay their welcome. Some of them were not welcomed at all, but
right.
But this one especially did not. Aras really made everybody go crazy and pop when we saw him during AIW SummerSlam week. And Alec Price can do no wrong in my eyes. So, except he just needs
a flippy boy match. This was really fun.
He needs to shave his beard though. Alec Price needs a trim up. He needs a good lineup when he gets out there. He's got the 6-pack and everything. He should have a beard that matches it. Nice lineup.
He's got the high schooler beard going,
Yeah. He needs one of those those little brush, the beard rakes that helps kind of fill in the rest of the spots.
Right.
I just want him to get a nice trim up because I think he's a handsome fellow, and if he's going to go out there and look the part, we want him to have a trim line up.
The beard that he has now reminds me of like he's like a dude that would like sell oregano to high schoolers.
I love the match. It might be probably my favorite match in the entire card, and they open with it. Now you can see how the wrestling review is going to wind up going. I think
For you,
can we kill the nickname, the King of Blank Style?
Mm-hmm.
Please kill that nickname. Everybody got a fucking King of something style nickname.
oh man,
fucking play it out.
season 11, everybody's getting a King of something style as the intro.
I'm gonna start thinking of mine.
JHawk.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. King, what is he? The weird style lucha?
I know exactly what Jgold's is gonna be. The King of Thrunt style.
Whatever that is.
Oh, you don't know what a thrunt is? Oh boy.
For God's sakes.
Oh,
I'll look it up
boy.
later. Patty, you're not allowed to. Patty, if you're listening, you're not allowed to look that up. Okay, I will look it up.
He will tell you what it is.
Everybody knows what Thrusty is.
Stop. Let's just
you can figure it out from there.
Yep. Well, this match was good, and they both work really hard in eras. I honestly, he just kind of popped up a few years ago, and the guy just never goes away now. He's everywhere. So I like the whole thing.
Yeah, he's Gringo Loco's tag partner.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but Butters got a lot of flippy stuff, which for an opening match, it's fine, and then it was all good. Eric used a form of the Indian Deathlock. Not enough people use the Indian Deathlock anymore, so instant points for me there. Crowd chanting "This is wrestling" in the opening match.
I think Triple H ruined the Indian Deathlock. That's why people don't use it anymore.
His version was good too. I was pissed when he went away from it.
I think he ruined it for everybody.
I thought the Indian Deathlock's when you go like this on someone's arm.
That's
and you make it.
That's some racist shit.
Yeah, right.
God damn it!
Canceled.
Talking about giving people fucking rug burns.
All right.
Yeah, Eric did a Northern Light suplex, but he spun Price around like 4 different directions before he landed it, and then a picture perfect when he landed it.
Yeah,
that was absolutely beautiful. Price gets the win with the 720 DDT, 10 minutes and 12 seconds. This is great. I love this. I wish it would have been This would have been later in the show.
Yeah, agreed. That's an aggressive match to open up with.
From there, we get the GCW World Tag Team Champion Violence is Forever defending against the Pillars.
They didn't come out with Darren McCarty. How can you be in Detroit and not come out with Darren McCarty? And they came out with Darren McCarty in New York, but not here in Detroit. I don't know. Anyway, these guys move in slow motion to me. I'm not a huge fan of the Pillars. I think Tommy Vendetta is a good deathmatch wrestler. I'm not a huge fan of they just move like they're in mud. And Violence is Forever did their damnedest to try to keep that match flowing. So,
Yeah, I mean, I love Dom and Koo. They're one of the top 5 tag teams anywhere in the world, not just on the independent.
Yep.
And this was not the best showcase of their abilities. The match was fine. Crowd can do it against the Pillars for the hometown team. They won the title change in the hometown, so that helped.
Yeah.
Considerably.
Yeah, it just felt very slow. Very slow.
My mama told me if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. So,
damn,
that's harsh. That is I'll say it. I just think that
I like their variant of the Chasing the Dragon, the Busaiku knee.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But like you said, this match was in slow motion. Like everything felt really slow. Really, like it felt like everybody was instantly winded as soon as they walked out there. Like whatever was in the air just made everybody just go, "I'm kind of sleepy. I don't want to do anything."
It's that Flint, Michigan water. I think something messed everybody up because it felt like this match was in slow motion. Yeah. So
credit to Dominic Urini for butting out the tope.
Yeah, they tried their hardest. I said they tried their hardest to keep this, going, but I don't give it any kind of, I don't know. It just wasn't up to par for there, but it is what it is.
It was Kevin Koo pinning Malcolm Monroe III following Shaking the Dragon in 9:45 to retain. The record-setting title reign for Violence is Forever continues. I hope it never ends, honestly.
Yep. There's no one else I want to see with those GCW titles. And there's nobody who deserves it right now in GCW anyway.
From there, we get what I assume is a non-title match. What can announce it for the title? The GCW Extreme Champion Maki Ito taking on Kylie Ray.
My girlfriend. We haven't talked in a while.
That's probably a detriment to the relationship.
It's hard long distance, man. It's And she was really upset I didn't bring her flowers when she was in Cleveland, and it was like a whole thing.
I bet.
And I was sick.
Is that why she's going back to Japan?
Well, that's just part of it.
That's what I heard.
Until she gets her green card, and we have our green card marriage.
That's right.
This match, that's a good little matchup here. I like both of these women a lot. Crowd chanting Maki fucking Ito before the bell even starts.
Well, but the GCW crowd just eats up everything Maki Ito does. I honestly have never been that impressed. I know that the GCW crowd loves her. I didn't know what Kylie Ray was doing in this match. She was either a heel or she wasn't. I wasn't sure what was going on. She did a few things that didn't make sense. She made a few heel facial expressions and tried to put her feet up on the ropes. But whatever.
Is it crazy to think like Kylie Ray was signed to AEW? Like, I know she had some issues with alcohol, and that was like a lot of why allegedly why she like left and like did all that stuff. And then like I know she just had a child, and she's back and she's like doing stuff. So like hopefully she'll get back on track and like be that same Kylie Ray that she was, 3-4 years ago. But I don't know if we'll see.
It's hard. Look, it's really hard when you go away for a while, especially on the indies, and you kind of you when you're so hot, and it's hard when you go away, and it's hard when you leave like AEW.
And there was a lot of starts and stops too with it too, because like she'd come back and then like things would happen and she'd disappear again for a while. And it was I know she had a rough go of it, but like I'm really hoping like this one sticks and she finally just like guts it out and like gets it back together, because I feel like if she does, she could end up somewhere big again and hopefully be on
peak
TV
was the AEW stuff, right? When she was there, like that was her hottest, I think, when they signed
she
her,
got
right?
signed, but I don't even think she really even wrestled. I think she might have wrestled once or twice, but like then she ended up in TNA for a little bit and then just nothing. Like allegedly there was a lot of issues, and then she's come through on the other side of that, thank God, in one piece. But like there's a lot of starting and stopping there when I think she should have just like took the time and just rode it out for the long haul. But hopefully, I don't know, I could be talking out of my ass here, but I hope she's back and she keeps doing what she's doing.
Sure.
And
not my favorite match, but good. You put it in perspective.
I like both of them, but the match was just whatever. It wasn't anything special. But like, this match, 4 years ago would have been really hot.
People's heads would have
really
exploded.
Hot, yeah.
Yes.
So like they still gave it to us. They still did their best, but it's
now let me ask you a question, Butters.
Wrestling's really changed.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Butters, because you're a Maki Ito fan. Do you think that some of it, or she needs a reinvention, or some of it's run its course? Because I do.
So Maki Ito is a Japanese idol. Like that whole culture and that stuff is like not something I really know super well, but like my cousin is involved in it over there. He lives in Japan. He manages an idol and stuff like that.
What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean?
They're like musical idols. They're like musical acts or whatever. That's what she's known for. Like when I told him that I know who she is, it blew him away, because like I don't know any of the stuff that he usually talks about, but he knows Maki Ito. Like she's a big deal over in Japan because she's like this Japanese idol. It's like a singing idol. So like there's not really anything you're gonna do with that. Like she is the way she is. Like she wrestles over there. She's a big deal. There's nothing that's gonna change her. Like she's not. They could like come up with a cool idea for like to turn her heel or do this or that, and it might work, but I don't see there being a point, because that's just not who she is, and she doesn't care enough about like going like she was in AEW for a spell, and then nothing. So like, because she's just not going to get better. That's how she is how she is. That's her thing, because she does other things. So it's not going to be, that's not her full-time job. So,
okay. So then that makes sense. All right. Well, then I get what I get when I see her and do that kind of thing. Then
just enjoy the ride and just wave and smile.
That was Maki Ito getting the win with the stunner in 9:23. And from there, we have Gringo Loco versus Man Like the Race.
0121.
Josh really liked this.
I love the 0121.
He was blowing up our group chat.
Yeah.
I like Man Like the Reese. I think it's an interesting he's an interesting guy for the indies. One of those guys that I never expect to ever have known if it wasn't for GCW, and I've seen him at a few GCW shows I go to. So yeah, I mean, I don't see him anywhere else, but I think he comes out, he does his rap, he has his 0121 thing. Everybody seems to get a big kick out of it, and no issues with that at all. And Gringo Loco is Gringo Loco, so you're guaranteed to get something good out of it. That should have been probably the opening match instead of, you could have moved that match first and then Alec and Arez into that spot, and that's how you would have gotten some more pop. But I know everybody loves Gringo over there too, so yeah. I mean, either way, it's those two matches were probably, if you stacked them in a card, those are worth the price of admission. But it was a good match.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, nothing really stood out with this match, but nothing was bad on it either. Like, it was a good match. It kept my attention. There was just nothing that stood out with. I gotta take a note of this move. I gotta take a note of that.
The ropes were bad. That was bad in this
They
match.
certainly were. Yep.
I mean, they were bad. They were bad the entire night, though. Let's be honest. But
yeah.
But nobody tells them to, hey, go fix them. Like, what the hell, guys? Like,
I've never seen though like a show where you fix it completely. I mean, if it's like, it didn't look like it needed to be. It didn't look like a health hazard, but it just looked like it was making everything look really sloppy.
But the top rope was loose as fuck. Like, you could see when Gringo was getting ready to go up and hit the Spanish fly, like he was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, and he did it like as quick and as like faint as he could, just up there, boom, 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 hit it real quick before like shit went down in case it fucking broke, and then he hit that pile driver to finish it out. I thought this was fine. Man like Dress just took an ass whooping the whole time, like from what I really remember from it. Like, he was bumping all over for Gringo. So
yep. 0121.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the ropes were kind of bad even earlier in the show, though. Like, Alec Prank was flipping on the ropes, and he doesn't do that. So
yeah, that's true. At least the middle rope in that one spot when he went up to
From there, we go to Megan Bayne against Brooke Havoc. And what we saw of this match was really good, but the internet went down during the match on the live feed, and somehow a week and a half later, they still haven't put the clean fucking copy up.
I didn't notice anything out of place on it, honestly.
Me neither.
I think it was just you, brother.
They must have fixed it. They must have fixed it between yesterday and today then. But I literally stared at, I was fast forwarding this fucking screen.
Yeah, today is when
3 minutes of the match.
Today's when I watched it.
It was all there for me. Yeah, maybe they did, because I'm sitting there waiting for it, and I'm like, I didn't see nothing. Like, everything was there for me.
Yeah,
she is fantastic.
They must have fixed it within the 24 hours then. But the guy had the no signal from venue screen for like 3 minutes.
Both these women deserve high praise for this match, because it felt like everything was kind of just like whatever up till this point, and the crowd really, really woke up, it felt like, with this match. I even kind of woke up a little bit with it, like some of the stuff they were doing. I was like, okay, they both deserve praise, because it takes two to tango, and this match was really good on both ends. Like, both Megan Bayne just hitting power shit, and Brooke Havoc fucking just selling like crazy. So shout out to both of them. This is really good. Dude,
I'm telling you, this could be my new wrestling crush. She is just devastating out there. I don't think I've seen anybody with that kind of presence, a female wrestler with that kind of presence on the indies in a really long time. And good on her, because she beat the shit out of Brooke Havoc too. Why is every Megan Bayne match her just beating the shit out of somebody? It's great. She does an F5. Are you fucking kidding me? She's great.
Was unnecessary. The spear was plenty.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, that was the perfect finish right there. Like, they rolled, it all flowed perfectly for her to hit that spear, and then she was just dead, and then she just picks her up and then hits like a not great F5. I'm like, oh, that fucking ruined it. Like, just, you should have finished with that spear. That F5 was not good. It looked like shit.
I don't know. That's more of her. I think that's more of her.
She shouldn't use it. Just use a spear. The spear works for her. I don't think, like, call it like the fucking the Pegasus spear, the Megasus spear. Like, it lends itself to it. Like, she doesn't need to fucking the F5. Like, I get it. She's tall, she's big, but it looked like shit. Like, people can't land that properly. Like, there's one guy that does that move, and Steen did it okay when he had his version. But there's
Yeah.
one guy that does that move. That's Brock Lesnar. Nobody else can fucking hit that move like that man.
What is she called? The Megasaurus or something?
Megasis.
It's great. It's great.
Megasis, and she has like the Greek god
Yes,
style.
so
That's why I
good.
said the dark hair made sense to me. The blonde in it now, I'm like,
Well, now she looks like now she looks like one of the gods from the Immortals. Remember that movie? That was like 300 Immortals. If anybody remembers that, that's what they looked like her in that movie. So
in the what?
Remember Immortals? Did you see that movie?
No.
Oh, well, it was supposed to be like 300, except it was filmed just like 300, except it was be more lore-y, like more like Greek lore, and it was really good. So, but it didn't do well in the theaters. But it's a good watch because the chicks who look like Megan Bayne were in it.
Did you see this movie that didn't do well in theaters? No, Josh, I didn't.
I see a lot of movies.
I'm not half our fucking Discord, okay? That watches like every fucking thing that comes out.
That's why I love being in there. I love doing that. Movies, you should watch every single movie, then you get a good idea of what's going on out there. But
I saw the TV glow and I was confused all the way through, but I was enthralled all the way through.
Yes,
and then when I read all the stuff about it, I was like, damn, I really wish Marcy was here to talk to me about this because I'm sure she probably liked it and would have praised it. And I'm like, damn it, I need that perspective to like get it, because like it very much was like in her realm of things that she would probably have liked and talked about. So
I thought the soundtrack was awesome.
Oh, it was. I love the music in it, and like I love the way it was shot. I liked everything. It was, my only complaint was like I had my TV cranked, and like all the dialogue was super low. Like I could barely hear, like it was whispered, but then like everything else was loud. And I was like, I'm not trying to like wake up, the neighborhood with like certain things at like 3 a.m. when I'm watching this. So I put on subtitles. First time I've ever had to put on subtitles for a movie. And even that didn't deter me from the movie. I really, really enjoyed it. Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, past the Megan Bayne match, 5 stars. Her and I can hang out anytime she likes, and we'll talk about wrestling. So terrific. But Jocelyn, if you're listening, I do want you to win on Saturday. I swear.
Jocelyn,
you're my pal.
If when you see Josh at Hell on Earth, you can chop him really hard. I'll hold him for you before Don comes over and kicks the shit out of him.
I'm not trying to.
He is secretly rooting against you to lose. He wants you to lose.
I'm no strays. Jocelyn's not catching any strays on this episode. I still love Jocelyn, but I have been enthralled by Megan Bayne. So anyway. Back to the
somebody else. Somebody else that deserves a fucking huge shout out that always shares our episodes and always shares everything is Isaiah Broner.
Yep.
The fucking problem, man. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, I don't thank you enough. Like, I wish I'd see you at shows more. I know you don't come out and like sell merch too often, but like, dude, like, I know you listen every week or you at least share. So I really appreciate you listening. Like, it means a lot to me. So thank you.
He's the man.
Anyway, JHawk, where are we at?
All right. So from here, we get a video package highlighting the split of Los Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
MOJ introduces Miedo Extremo. Ciclope comes out to confront him, challenging him for a match. Extremo decides he's going to quit rather than have the match. Blake Christian attacks from behind, and I get that's our match. They're acting like it was an impromptu match, but there's no, like, it's just the referee like calling for the bell. Oh, they're fighting, call back a match. Wait a minute.
This was like one of the longest matches on the card, and as soon as I saw that Blake Christian was in it, I was like, of course it's going to be a long match. However, they're building up, they're building him up. So facing a former GCW champion makes sense here with the story, because they said specifically that
nothing important.
that Ciclope was going to go after the GCW title now that they split up. Like, that's his goal. So what better way than to face a former GCW champion and Blake Christian, who everyone hates, and he beats him. So, I mean, that's a good start on his road to eventually facing Mance Warner, I guess. I don't know.
Everybody loves the Los Mazizos over in GCW. I know Andrew was, Bagelmonger was very, very hurt by the breakup And I know that people were upset by it, but you know what? Geez, you got two more singles guys you can throw out there and have some really good matches. So that's kind of cool. I didn't like this match, but everything else is it's cool.
I did like the spot with the crossbody through the door table on the outside. That was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Now I did cringe a little bit when they did the dive into the door and the door flew into the fucking crowd. Like, you gotta be careful with that shit.
They don't have those. They don't have, Yeah.
Brother, look how close everybody is to the ring. They literally use glass in the next two matches. Like, it don't fucking matter. Come on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. There's glass everywhere.
Yeah. I know that crowd expects that, and it's not a big deal to them. But all it takes is one time somebody who's never been to one of their shows, not knowing that's going to happen, get hit
Doesn't
by that
matter.
shit.
They have signs. They have signs up. They can't get sued. So enter at your own risk, brother.
Signs.
I mean, they had a briefcase go flying into the crowd at Wrestle Rager, and somebody stormed out, and they had to remind everybody that those signs are there for a reason.
Ciclope does get the win with the frog splash in 12:47, and from there, wrestling in 2024, fucking wild, man. We get a 6-man tag team match.
Yeah.
The team of Thrunt,
AKA
one commander, Dark
Josh,
Sheik and Effie,
what we call Josh's throat.
taking on Baka Gaijin of Too Tough Tony, Briar Wellington, and Madman Pondo, accompanied by Violent J.
And Violent J was on commentary for this.
Wrestling in 2024, man, I swear. That's just that's the most random 6-man tag I ever
This
expected.
fucking stunk. This match stunk.
Yeah, Manders and them
stunk.
could not fucking save it no matter what they did. Like, it just,
You're right. I watched them try to do things and save it.
Pondo is getting to that point. He's so old that he's starting to thin out because he's so old, and he's weak now. He can't do any of the stuff that he used to be able to do.
Right.
Like, he hit that point where he's losing all that fat, and he's just becoming old man, like an old frail man. And it's just, it's not intimidating.
He doesn't sell anything either.
Tony is just was doing shots with everybody and was just whatever. I've never been a Too Tough Tony fan to begin with. Briar Wellington. I'd rather have Beef Wellington in this match.
I've never heard of that dude before. He's another one. I never heard of him.
Never heard of Richie Boy?
No. Should I?
It's just a mess.
It was fucking terrible. It was just terrible. Oh.
Yeah, the most noteworthy thing of this match is Too Tough Tony lighting his fucking hand on fire to throw a punch.
Actually, that was probably my favorite part. Yes. He fucking he poured the booze on his hands, lit him on fire, and went to town. And it's fine with me.
I just like any time our buddy Manders hits a clothesline on somebody. It always looks gross. So
yep.
He hit one on this Too Tough Tony that looked really gross. And there's some interesting spots in this, but it was a mess. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that that Thrunt had to go through that.
Yep.
Effie pinned Wellington with the Snack Rider in 10:32. And then the feud's not over, but they has issued a challenge for Game Changer Wrestling versus Juggalo Championship Wrestling for Gathering of the Juggalo. And we're going to see more matches like that at the Gathering.
Oh, not us, because we will not be watching that.
There's going to be a lot of drunk and or high people at the Gathering. Probably going to be the best way to enjoy this.
Did they say it was a 2-day match?
I'm sure it's one night of the Gathering. It'll be like a 3-hour show or whatever, but they have Conquer and shit during that too. It's not just wrestling.
No, I know, but I was trying to hear what they said. I was like, did they say they're going to do a 2-day match? Like, I heard them say something stupid. But
it's probably 2 days of shows, because the Gathering is 2 or 3 days or whatever.
Well, that was so on to the next.
Certainly something.
It was a match that happened.
Right, so from there, we have our first of 2 death matches. Like, we didn't just fucking see a death match with a guy hand on fire. Freaky King against Koyarek.
I actually really like this match. Koyarek brings the fucking the vibes, man. I've liked her for a while. I've been on that train for a while, the Sawyer Wreck train. And she fucking bled like crazy in this match. She brought out tubes. They fucking used a shit ton of tubes. I don't like deathmatch wrestling, and I thought this match was fun.
It was fine. I honestly have zero complaints. I understand what Sawyer Wreck brings to the table. I never heard of that dude, Crazy Steve or whatever his name is.
Crazy King.
They took a fucking Sawyer took a fucking gusset plate to the forehead. Like,
yes, she does
bad
that.
Bitch. She is a bad bitch.
She will fuck you up for real. She is like 6'2". She will fuck you up. Yep. I have no issues with that. I just yeah.
That's why I've been asking for her to come to Wrestle Rager for like 3 years now. So
maybe next year she'll come with Manders.
It's always next year. Always next year. Hopefully 1 year we'll get her there.
Well, I think she she does crazy shit in death matches. The gusset plate. Her face was just covered. I mean, she looked like she got splattered with.
I'm starting to think like some of the photos that I have in my office and like the things that really stand out to me are when like women bleed. I think that might be some fucking weird kink that I have that I don't know about, and I'm just
you seem to know about it.
I haven't really started to like process it. I'm just like pretending it's not there. It's over in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to process it, not think about that. I
don't know. When I was a kid, I agree with you. Every picture in my house when we were kids in our bedroom was the Four Horsemen bleeding, the Road Warriors bleeding, the Steiner brothers bleeding, Nick Bockwinkel bleeding. Like those pictures just like I have our pal Nick Karp's book here, Visitors of the GCW show in Japan. And every page that is, a lot of these bloody photos are just so compelling. You just want to look at them. And Sawyer Wreck, you just want to look at her and go, holy shit, what happened to you? Like, where are you bleeding from? Like, that's insane.
Josh won't let me borrow that book because he said most of the pages are stuck together.
Right?
2 weeks in a row, I get to use that joke. I fucking love it.
Oh.
Just saying, it's a thing that's there. I'm pretending not to process it in my brain, but chicks bleeding might turn me on. I don't know.
Sure.
Warrior Wreck gets the win in 8:49. We go from there to our second death match of the evening. Dr. Redacted against John Wayne Murdoch. Could we not spread the death match out over the course of the show? One of these couldn't have been like halfway through the show and then this one here.
You're gonna have to clean it up like
Right.
There was one point like Crazy King was just like trying to like get the crowd into the match, smacking the mat, and he's just smacking where there's tons of glass, and the glass is just like dancing on the mat. I'm like, why would you do that? Like you're just smashing your arm into glass over and over again. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, what I like about these death matches is there's so much glass on the ground, and then these guys try to do like suplexes and stuff onto it, and you're just like, that has to be the worst. You have to be picking glass out of your body for weeks after that.
And then like there's even a spot where like Sawyer Wreck like tried to like slide across the ring after she hit a move to like pin him, and I'm like, she just slid herself through glass, like all that glass, like she just slid through it with her body. I'm like, that cannot feel fucking good. Like, that's gonna be miserable. You have to be picking glass out of your body for just months afterwards. Like I know like Bishop and them have fucking found glass in their heads like weeks and months after. I can't. And like, have you seen Dom? Like he's taken so long for his body to heal from those death matches he did. Like he is still fucking scarred all over from just like 2 death matches. He's fucking covered in scars from it. It's insane. Like,
it really is. It's insane.
Deathmatch wrestling was so cool to me back in like 2003, 2004. Like when I first discovered it. Now I can't with any of it. None of it's just, I can't. It's too, I don't know.
Yep.
Too much.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing this shit with the glass and the light tube and shit. Like I refereed a match where they used thumbtack and even that with me was like, really, we're doing thumbtack? You think we're doing fucking glass and light tube?
You can use thumbtacks, JHawk, because you're a pussy. But like thumbtacks are fine, but like if you're gonna use glass and stuff, then there's a little bit of a difference. But I'm gonna call you a pussy for complaining about thumbtacks. That's not even in the same realm as what we were talking about.
No, it's not. That's the point I'm making is that some people think that's too much and we're doing this shit.
I think there needs to be more exploding weapons in wrestling. Like I love when they use the exploding bat, or the Bucks had the exploding shoes. Oh, that was dope. I love exploding stuff.
They did that at DPW. They had one of those bats, the wiffle ball bats covered in the poppers or the firecrackers. And
no, I'm talking about like where it's like hooked up to like an electric
oh.
cord, and they fucking hit it, and it's just like boom, and like it does nothing, like it really doesn't like, but the effect that it gives is really fucking cool. I really like those. Like,
sure,
I would like to see more of that kind of deathmatch wrestling, in deathmatch wrestling, where you just use like electrified bats that probably aren't really going to hurt you at all, but like just give off a really cool effect. Like
fucking Dr. Redacted. I thought he lost half of his hand during that match, and he took that ridiculous like DDT through the glass. Also,
fucking brainbuster through a flaming pane of glass.
Yes, yeah.
Well, bootleg Dr. Cube just has to do crazy shit because that's what he does. I didn't watch any of this match because I'd already seen a death match, and I didn't need to see another one. And as much as I like John Wayne Murdoch, I don't need to see another death match, so I skipped this match. So
yeah, you probably could have.
This is my plus 10 moment of the show, where plus 12, 16 when I skipped this match.
Yep.
But we did 2 fire spots in one show.
Listen, fire's always going to be cool, if you ask me.
And dangerous, and never goes right. Like, more dudes need to get their balls caught on fire at wrestling shows.
Dr. Redacted was a mess at the end. I can't even imagine the amount of antibiotics I would have to take after being in the ring with him or John Wayne Murdoch or all that glass. There were these women in the front row. I don't know if you saw them. They had a sheet over their body, and they were looking at each other like, I can't believe we have to use this. Like, they were popping the sheet up every time the glass was falling. Like, those poor ladies.
They came prepared.
Yeah, at least
That's
they came
smart
prepared.
on them,
Yeah.
If going to a GCW show, like going to a Gallagher con, you have to have something to cover up. You're going to get hit with shit.
Listen, I think and then afterwards, what do? You just leave the sheet, right? You don't take it home with you. There's no reason to bring that home.
What percentage, say like of 50 listeners, do you think got that joke about Gallagher? Because like, I know all 3 of us did, but like, what percentage do you think of like 50 listeners got that joke?
I hope it was everyone, because I thought it was funny, JHawk.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun of him. That's the thing. I'm not picking on him about it. I'm just making conversation, Josh.
The number, based on who I know for sure Doug listened to the show, it's probably higher than you think, but it's probably not as high as I would like it to be, me to throw out that reference.
Listen, Patty, my parents went to Gallagher on New Year's Eve once in I think it was 86 or 87, and I'm pretty sure they wore raincoats to protect them from the watermelons.
And Josh and Sam almost had a younger brother named Gallagher after that night.
Well, shit. What was next?
If you don't get the reference, kids, look it up and don't yell at me for looking it up.
Or look up Gallagher 2, because Gallagher 2 was quite offensive. The worst.
Anyway, main event time.
Yeah, what's next?
The main event is Mance Warner defending the GCW World Championship against Danhausen.
Friend of the show, Danhausen.
The guy, they're going to throw stuff at Mance Warner before the match, and lucky security was there, but Mance was ready to kill him. I was kind of hoping they would just let Mance kill the guy. Don't throw shit at the fucking wrestler.
Except for Mance Warner, throw it at him. He's an asshole. He's an asshole bad guy. You throw stuff at that man. You throw batteries at him. You throw everything at that man. I am a big fan of bad guy Mance Warner. Really, really big fan. Really glad he found himself like this the way this works. You hear what that man said to Danhausen? He told that man to dance. He said, put the spotlight on, and called him a dumbass and told him to dance.
I like it.
How dare you? How offensive.
I like everything about Mance Warner. I like everything about Danhausen. I could take or leave this one.
I personally wish Danhausen would have pulled the spike out.
Oh, yeah.
After he said that and had his back to him, and Danhausen would have just spiked him a bunch of times just to start the match, just to be like, you're getting a different version of Danhausen here. I love Danhausen with the spike. I love when he gets serious. That's my favorite version of Danhausen. The goofy stuff is fun online, but like serious Danhausen in the ring is fucking awesome. And I think that like I could have booked this way fucking better than they booked it. Just saying.
What do they call him? Danhausen Dark, when he takes out the spike and everything. Like I'd like to see I would have liked to have seen it too. I agree. And then this match kind of went off the rails for me when it became a tag team match. But yeah, go ahead and explain that.
Yeah. So basically, Brokey Jimmy interfere. It's 2-on-1 until Joey Janela make the cave. Janela grabs the mic, issues a challenge for a tag team match. If there was a closing bell for the singles match, I never heard it. I'm guessing one became a tag team match. It was no longer a title match. That was not made clear. It just became a tag match.
Yep.
And then JHawk thought there was a new champion at the end of the match because he was so confused.
Well, considering Mance Warner and Dan Housen weren't actually part of the finish, I knew that wasn't a title change. But
yeah, I didn't get it. I don't. You want to get Jimmy Lloyd on the show? Fine, get him into whatever is going on there. But whatever. It just I was glad when the show was over.
I don't necessarily hate the idea of people are interfering in the match anyway, make it a tag match. Not for your main event.
Yeah, don't promote it as Mance versus Danhausen if you're gonna not do it. Like, do it. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, did you guys see that video of the small tube getting used in that match? And like all the deathmatch wrestlers being like, "Oh, that's a new fear unlocked." They used one of those small tubes that like
is that when that goes through the dude's arm?
It goes through the dude's fucking arm after he gets suplexed in the corner. Oh my god, that was amazing.
I can't imagine the infection, let alone the damage it did. Because that was an open tube.
You can see the wrestler that did it to him too, being like, "Oh shit, what do we do? Oh no!"
Was that like what happened to Hoodfoot when he got really badly cut, or no? Did it go into his arm?
I don't remember what happened to Hoodfoot.
That was during COVID, I think. He was doing Paradigm or something, and he got cut really badly. And I thought that's kind of what happened, but. You're right. That was the sickest thing.
I mean, it legit like pierced all the way through his arm, like right fucking through. Like
I thought I was imagining what I was seeing for real. Right? I was like, how did that even get through his arm?
Just the way he landed, man. Those tubes are not to be trusted. You are not to use those tubes.
And he put his arm up like this, and it was just through. It was just,
and then everybody's just like, "Oh my god, what do we do?" It's like you're in a death match. Like, what do you expect? Break that shit off and keep going.
Sabu would have pulled it out and then just taped up his arm.
Yeah, taped up his fucking forearm and kept going, man.
Yep.
He would have used the finish barbed wire off the top rope or something, man.
See, kids these days, they don't know how to power through it.
Ain't no goddamn death match. Ain't nobody ever died doing one of these except for Nick Cage.
Yeah. Oh man.
And by the time this tag team match ended, it kind of turned into a death match. They started using weapons here too. After already seen 2 death matches, and I was done with it.
That was hardcore. That's hardcore. Unless you're using tubes and gussets, it's hardcore.
Yeah. So after seeing 2 death matches in a row, I didn't need any more weapons at that point. I was done.
What are we rating this, guys? Out of 5, I'm gonna say it's like 3 light tubes through the arm out of 5.
That's really generous.
Yeah,
it is generous.
I'll go.
1 light tube up the ass is what I'm getting.
I'll go 2.5. I actually liked the first half of this show a lot.
There was some stuff in there I liked. I liked the Megan Bayne match. I liked Danhausen. Like that, the match wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. The opening match was great. Gringo Loco's match wasn't bad. Like there was some decent stuff on here. Like there was some stuff I liked. Like I said, the Sawyer Wreck match was a good death match.
The Pondo match ruined everything for me.
It definitely dragged some stuff down. That's why I'm not giving it a 4. I'm giving it a 3. It's a light 3. It's almost 2.5. It's almost 2.5 with JHawk. But
there was just a vibe to it that didn't feel right to me. That watching that show, like it just didn't feel as joyous and energetic as like I thought I'd want to feel watching a show.
Maybe we should have picked one of the homecoming weekend shows, but the card itself, I didn't look at results beforehand. I just looked at the card and was like, "This looks fun. Let's do this."
Yeah. It was something.
I think what killed it for me is the pacing of it. The death matches are all lumped together. Yeah, my favorite match opened the show because the entire show was a downer for me after that anyway. Because if that match would have been located differently, I probably would have enjoyed it better.
Yeah,
and I mean the death matching are not my thing.
Yeah.
So when we're 2 hours into the show and then the death matches are starting, and that's pretty much the rest of the show at that point. Like there was no hope for me at that point. Now, GCW fans, they know what the product is. They expect it. They enjoy it. That crowd enjoyed it. That's the important thing. I'm not going to sit here and say my opinion is the end-all, be-all. But
good
for
job,
me,
Meltzer.
It's looking good.
Good job, Meltzer.
Meltzer.
That was a Meltzer answer. I was going to give it this, but the crowd really enjoyed it.
Meltzer answer would have been, well, this show's not really my thing, but the crowd loved it. Go 12 stars. Fuck you, Meltzer.
Yeah,
Roger
fuck you,
Ebert
Meltzer.
would say acting was good or special effects were good and don't get a movie with a thumbs down if the movie fucking cocked. You're allowed to rate something low if you don't like it. Sorry.
Fired up JHawk is the right JHawk. Woo! Fired up. Anyway, plugs?
Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at RefJHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539. If you're following me on the Twitch, it'll probably be MLB The Show 24, at least for a little while.
I'm Charlie_Butters on Twitter. I'm going to be dressed like fucking Grimace from McDonald's this weekend in a purple shirt and purple Razor Ramon shorts. The shows we are sponsoring right now are tonight. ETU will be live on IW TV. Saturday, AIW J-Lit afternoon and evening shows. Don't know when they're going to be broadcast, but we are sponsoring those as well.
Yep.
And October 25th at Quaker Hall, Neo Pro Wrestling, The Curse of Quaker Hall, doing a little Halloween Michael Myers style graphics for stuff. The only announced match right now is Isaiah Prince versus Samuel Holloway. So, but there's lots of names.
The soon-to-be IWTV World Heavyweight Champion, Big Sam Holloway.
Lots of names announced, including one that has previously harassed us for sponsorship. One, Sadie Suicide. That's amazing. I love it. I can't wait to see her in person and tell her, no, I'm not sponsoring you.
Get ready.
Get ready for that. Should be fun.
If we talk somebody into doing it, she's coming to Ohio.
Okay, I can't say anymore. I gotta be good.
I'm not shitting on anything but Lewis and ETU.
Lewis likes it. He likes getting Cleveland Steamers.
You can find me on Twitter at Jgold12. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Please do that. Check out our Twitter handle, IWGuide1, patreon.com/IWGuide. Don't forget about the merch store over at Brainbuster Tees. Also wanted to talk to you a little bit about our pal Will at Gorilla Press Apparel. Use the code IWGP24 at checkout when you buy 2 or more items for $20 off your entire order. Check out our podcast friends at Odds with Wrestling. The card is going to change. The Super Fantastic Podcast, Marks with Mike, and, Hiya Bussy Speed. Check out our other friends, the official graphic designer of the Indie Wrestling Guide, OKCR Creations, Magnum CKs, now that's what I call wrestling, Time Capsule Toys, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Big Starks Brand, Women's Wrestling Watch of Northeast Ohio, Gorilla Press Apparel, and Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, the best barbecue in Ohio. That's what I got.
See you next week, everybody, and don't spill chili on yourself, especially when it's hot. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, put some ice in it.
No, that's gross.
On it.
Support independent wrestling and don't put ice in your fucking chili.
Later, dweebs.
Later.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.